revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised.
What is in your life's blueprint?
Fuck y'all talking about, nigga? I'm the king of this shit. Fuck wrong with you pussy ass niggas? Yeah, it's king to not, bitch. Hey, drop some ghosts in the chat. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. It's an open chat. Let's see who pop up. Weirdos come by. You know how we gonna deal with them, man. We feel safe, positive energy, all the other shit, man. Shout out to everybody on the other platforms. Greatly appreciate y'all for pulling up. Check it in to your boy. Yeah. Let me give a warm welcome everybody on my screen. Undale, Indra Taylor, Ra Love, Ree. Okay, everybody. Mirma, I got new emojis, new custom emojis. I need y'all to use them shits, okay? I got one laughing. I got one outraged. I got one sad. I got one sleepy. Y'all use them motherfuckers, okay? I like to see me on the screen, okay? They say I'm a narcissist. So instead of combating them, I made emojis of myself because I only want to see my own emojis on the screen on Twitch. Okay, free chat. I know a lot of y'all couldn't chat because I had it on subscribers only, but it's a free chat on Twitch, okay? Make sure you pop up. New emojis over there. New emojis on YouTube too. I want to see them motherfuckers too, all right? I only have Twitch on my screen right now because that's why I feel the safest at. Bet that, nigga. Straight up. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, nigga, we also got a new feature on Twitch, okay? I know a lot of y'all want to say something, and I don't have one of them platforms where I drop the link and anybody can click it and all this other stuff. Guess what? You can go ahead and support your boy with some bits. I have a way you choose to speak, to chat, speak on the screen, okay? So there's a new feature on Twitch, okay? It has an emoji of me like, click that, type whatever you want, choose whatever voice you want, and let me see how it's working out. Somebody test it out. I want to hear what y'all got to say to me, and I'll answer your questions. I can't get to the chat all the time, man. How many people we got in the building, man? Shout out to y'all for being here. Let me go to Twitch and give a warm welcome to each and every person. I know y'all like to be highlighted, especially my moms and stuff. Okay, let me see. Okay, we got 250 people in the building on Twitch. Greatly appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all. Shout out to y'all, Big Mom. Not Big Mom in the motherfucking chat. Big Mom in the building. Yes, indeed.
Big Mama's here.
Yes, indeed. Big Mama here. Yeah.
Big Mama's here.
God damn, Val. We ain't want to hear that 3 times on 3-peat, motherfucker. We understand you here, Big Mama. Greatly appreciate you. What up to Danae? Shout out to you for being here. Shout out for everybody being here, man. I love y'all. Let me go ahead and see. We got weekly goals. We got 2 days before we close out, man. I ain't got number 21 memberships this week on Twitch. It's because, I don't be going live like that. But guess what, man? Can we get at least 50? All right, we need 20 goddamn 9 more subs in the next 2 days. How many can I get today? Okay, it's the weekend. We got a hot show. We got nothing but great energy, crazy energy, all that other stuff. Yep. Shout out to Jessica Bush with the 750 bits. OMG with the 625. Lotus Tide with the 225, okay? I made a backdoor way for the trolls and the ops to get at me, okay? I can never be mad if you trolling with some money, okay? So go ahead and get in the chat and click that new feature and type whatever you want to say to me, and it's going to be repeated on the screen, so I cannot ignore it. Okay, it's a lot of y'all want to get my attention, and I don't want to give it to you. Maybe that's a way to get my motherfucking attention. Okay, you troll me, I'm going to troll you back. Just be ready for the motherfucking smoke. Okay? Shout out to all the moderators in the building. Okay, remember, you guys can clip anything that I'm saying here on Twitch. If I'm talking about your favorite internet celebrities like Chrisean, BlueFace, motherfucking clip that. 30 seconds, post it on your TikTok, post it on your X, post it on your YouTube channel. This is a way for you to actually get rewarded as an aspiring content creator. You can use me, in my opinion. Shout out to She Paints. I seen her on YouTube. She got over 3,000-4,000 views off of clipping a video of me talking about Chrisean and BlueFace. Somebody got like 780 views off of me talking about Donald Trump. And people are laughing. It introduces me to new audiences and it helps you build your social presence. So understand that when y'all clip it, man, that's a mutual beneficial for both of us. You understand what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. Shout out for all the hard works that I put in, man. 247 in the chat. Shout out to Big Mama for moderating. Jessica Bush, Aunt Deb, I'm pretty sure you're going to be here. Because I know you got to watch Street out of this world, man. Aunt Deb is my #1 watcher. And each and every one of you guys, I want to say thank you for watching me in a row. Like people on a 300th watch streak on Twitch. People on their 3rd watch streak. I'm not going to treat you any different. Or am I? You know, I don't know, man. Aunt Deb got about 300 watches in a row and you got 3, man. Fuck you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just fucking with you. I love and I appreciate y'all, man. Like the video, support the channel. I did, in fact, get 5 memberships. And I like that my memberships are exclusive, okay? Y'all want to go behind my paywall. Shout out to everybody behind that, bitch. We got 120 people at $7.99. Nosy motherfuckers. Listen, ain't nobody gifting y'all no memberships on YouTube. You gonna have to pay for your own shit or watch enough for me to give you some for free, okay? $7.99. Ain't nobody gifting that for you, motherfucker. Okay, send a super chat, super sticker. Guess what? I'm actually going to be implementing something between the next 24 hours to where if you send a super sticker, excuse me, not a super sticker, but a super chat on YouTube, it's going to play on the screen. Whatever y'all got to say. Okay? Whatever y'all got to say, especially the stalkers, that's your one and only chance to get to me. And clip it up and match it up for your channel. Motherfuckers thought I was scared, like I wasn't gonna come outside, people playing with my name. What are you talking about? I'm gonna body you. And when I body you, it's gonna be so disgusting to where the CC is gonna feel like they need to put it on members only, or they gotta delete it because they got people reporting them. Bitch, don't play with me. You're gonna get that smoke. You're gonna get that smoke, okay? This show is for entertainment purposes only. It don't matter if you black, white, Asian, Jewish, you dumb enough to put it online, bitch, we gonna drag you and we're gonna talk about it. Period, okay? And we gonna put our personality at the forefront so that the only people that's mad if you on the docket. They say everybody loved the night until they been into the docket. Motherfuckers mad at me because they entered the docket 3 years ago. Man, I said a joke, I forgot about it. The fact that you mad mean that you pussy. Fuck wrong with you. That's like Cat Williams exposing Steve Harvey having a toupee at Kings of Comedy. You're not the king. You can't stand on your truth. Take off that motherfucking toupee, you know? I love y'all. What do you guys think about the new intro? I'm going to play it one more time, and I want to see what you guys think about it before I get into the content. Bitch, the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised.
What is in your life's blueprint?
Yes, what is in your life blueprint? Motherfucker, you better figure that out quick. They finna shut the country down. Plotting, planning ahead of time. Motherfucker, Donald Trump implement policies from day one, him being in the office that's racist, and the Supreme Court done signed off on this shit. Come on now. And they got Havana virus. Ships and planes and shit gonna slow down. Motherfucker, it's going to be a pandemic 2.0 in America. Y'all might well tune in. I'm the only source of truth and entertainment for you. Somebody said, do not check your Discord DMs. There is some tea on Weirdo Sean David Way. Listen, I'm definitely gonna check that. We chopped him up and pieced him up. And I'm glad you sent it on Discord. Cause people like that low vibration, we gotta go behind the paywall. We chopped him up and packed him up. You can't even respond behind the paywall. And the people know they know. And shout out to you. I am gonna check that on my Discord. And when I check that on my Discord, I'm gonna republish it publicly. And then I'm gonna come out here and drag that motherfucker. Of course we can't be on Twitch. Why would I introduce you to my Twitch community? Bitch, we got 250 people on Twitch. When your faves like Tasha K and them, they struggling to get 10 people in their chat on Twitch when they go live. And we got 250. You think I'm finna promote these loser ass motherfuckers? Hell no, we won't go. Let's be clear. We won't fucking go. I'm not going for it. Okay, also, I got a special announcement that I'm excited about. We finally about to get the IRL backpack. Okay, the IRL backpack is what I Show Speed and Casanat and all these streamers that go out and showcase their life and be in bars and clubs and shit. They got the IRL backpacks. Your boy finna get one, and I'm gonna show them how to do it. Okay, if you think I'm entertaining now, wait till you see me actually engage with people. They boring. Motherfuck that shit. They boring, nigga. I'm the GOAT, whatever I want to do. Drop some goats in the chat, man. Drop some goats in the chat, motherfucker. I study it. I'm like Michael Jackson. I study history. I see what you doing, and I see where I can have room to improve and to be myself. And I'm going to always be the GOAT, nigga. And other GOATs don't want to respect it. To why I come like a hurricane, just blowing their little fucking mountains down. It's okay. What y'all think about the new intro? Oh, yeah, we definitely going to be packing up Sean Dookie way. So y'all want to get y'all memberships to tune into that and also join the Discord. Moderators, if you have a link to the Discord, put it in the chat below. If not, you just going to have to catch it. Go and watch that video under my videos tab where I expose that his brother is a third strike creditor to where he's dealing with underage people, and it's not pretty at all. I made a video about it. It's on my videos tab. And after I see what I get in the Discord, in my DM, will I run some new content on it, okay? I would definitely always love and appreciate to tell you guys what it is, okay? Everybody know that I'm a drag Chrisean rock. But when it's too much, I kind of scale back because I'm not really harmful like that. Maybe to her because, my jokes stick like hot motherfucking grits. Maybe to her. But I would never play with her child in a way that Sean David Way has done. And we find out you playing with people's children and you let your brother play with your children in real life. You don't care about nobody's children, not even your own. And we got all the receipts. The official king did not got all the receipts. When okay on period whenever you get through. Please and thank you. And it is in the Discord, so shout out to you for bringing that message to my attention. Greatly appreciate you guys. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We got a lot to get in a little bit of mucking time. Yes, indeed. First up on the docket, I want to bring it to every parent's attention. There was a massive data breach involving educational software impacting several schools' locations, okay? The Iranian people have decided that they want to crack into our, software and our infrastructure. They didn't hack Cash Patel's system. Then hacked him dancing and twirling like a little girl, looking like a big old bottom. They hacked his phone the way he's just drunk and sleazy and don't know what's going on. And now the Iranian people want to hack into your child's school records. Okay, this is your child's social security number, your child reading comprehension level. Everything about your child is being violated. That's what the Israelis are doing. They're going after the infrastructure. Mind you, there's wires underneath the ocean floor that are in big tubes that's carrying data all around the world. And Iranian people have tapped into that. And so if you got your kid in a public school, your kid's social security number, your kid got an IEP plan, pictures and all this stuff, the Iranian people have tapped into that and they're threatening to release it publicly. So I don't know exactly which school that has been tapped into by the Iranian people, but they finna put your kid's social security number and all that shit out there. That's leading to tax season 2.0. Where anybody can claim somebody's children, somebody to claim your child because the Iranian people done leaked that information. And your child's social security number, which is something that's going to follow them. And all the way beyond unalloyed death, it's going to follow them. Can't be leaked. So I want to warn you guys right now, okay? I know a lot of y'all probably be like, okay, it's okay. I don't care. I don't care about this. Yeah, right. You do care. When you go up there to DWP, when you go up there to Bell South or whatever company, Verizon, to try to put some lights and waters and telephone bills in your children's name before they of age. Don't be surprised if somebody in America didn't put your child name in some electricity, their households and everything. Niggas is getting tough out here for us. It's getting tough. So if they leak your school information, just be prepared. Not for that safety line, okay? And it is another virus out there I swear to God, they don't want black people to fly. They don't want black people to take no trips, no nothing. Shit, the Supreme Court just undid the 1965 Voting Rights Act, Section 2. They literally are marginalizing, redlining across the board with a whole bunch of us. They didn't even think about that and think about bigger pictures. Like what's happening right now. They got a whole virus coming out saying that it's coming from ships and planes is what they said, you know. And I was talking to my sister about that. And, you know, my mom's supposed to go on this Caribbean trip, you know, in a couple of months. And it's already paid for. And she like to do this type of stuff, okay? You know, she ain't going on no goddamn trip that ain't got no slot machine on the boat. Let's be clear. And a heap of people are like that. You know, when this virus, what is it called? The Havana virus? Yes, indeed. The Hatana virus is what it's called. Hatana virus, okay? Hatana wins. Sound like a bitch on Mortal Kombat, right? So there's this Hatana virus that is, you know, putting, you know, pressure on people if they should travel during the summertime, during whenever. And my mom's supposed to go on a cruise ship to the Caribbeans. And, you know, I was talking to my sister. She was like, I'm going to do whatever mom wants to do. Yeah, but you know, when your parents get older, I don't give a fuck. My mama is willing and able and will cuss me the fuck out if I ever try to tell her what to do. But guess what? You know, your parents get to a point to where you start treating them like a child 2.0, right? And for me, my mama been there a long time ago. Even at her peak, you know, I always, Mom, come on, sit on down, get on, all that other stuff, you know. My mama even be having forever 21 birthday parties, and I'd be like, sit on down, mama, get your old ass on somewhere, you know. So my mama want to go on a cruise ship, and the Hatana virus is out here, and I was talking to my sister. She was like, yeah, I'm going to do whatever mama wants to do. I'm like, okay, well, you know, well, you got to sometimes tell mama what's best for her because she's going to do whatever she wants to do. And there's the Hatana virus out there, bitch. My mama ain't going on no motherfucking cruise ship. Who you think you playing? Well, I'm going to do what mama wants to do. Oh, so it's really you wanting to live and benefit off my motherfucking mama. It's what you want to do. And you going to influence her to make her think it's hard. I get it. You don't value the health and well-being of my motherfucking mama? My mama ain't going to no cruise ship. And if you do take my mama on a cruise ship, even if y'all survive and don't get contact, you know I'm going to hold it against you. Don't take my mama on a motherfucking cruise ship with a Hatana virus up out there, bitch. And y'all know I'm supposed to be in Argentina right now, but I had to delay it a little bit. They say that Hatana virus come from Argentina. And I'm like, what the hell? Ah, damn. They say, you know, when you get the Hatana virus, you get a head, cold, the flu, and sick. And me, I'm like, damn, is this HIV, AIDS? You know, all virus, they give you the same symptoms, and you never know what it is. Motherfuckers still don't know what the COVID vaccine and virus is made of. Donald Trump said it came from bats. And inject yourself with bleach, bitch. And we gonna get to that fat booty cracker in a little bit. But let's get to this new virus that's out here that a lot of y'all is just not taking serious. But guess what? The Hatana virus is on the cruise ships. My mama ain't going on no motherfucking cruise ship. And my sister know I'm going to be for her. Boosting my mama head up to go on the cruise ship.
There has been more concern or more public concern about hantavirus, given that we've had some cases of infection from patients who have been traveling recently in Yosemite Valley. In particular, these cases were thought to come from exposure to deer mice while they were staying at Curry Village, which is at the floor at the base of the Yosemite Valley. Hantavirus overall is a very, very rare infection spread by exposure to the urine or droppings of deer mice. And deer mice are wild mice that typically exist in rural areas or at higher elevations. In California, they're commonly found in the eastern Sierras. And whereas the hantavirus may infect the deer mice do not get sick from the hantavirus. Humans that initially get infected from hantavirus The incubation period for the disease is about 1 to 5 weeks. Typically, they begin with very vague flu-like symptoms. This includes fever, fatigue, muscle aches and pains, and sometimes abdominal pain. Then the disease can progress, meaning that they'll then develop cough and shortness of breath, and eventually, with hantavirus infection, it develops into a life-threatening pneumonia. The disease is very severe, and about 38% of patients who get the disease will eventually die from the illness. Humans are not reservoir for hantavirus infection. They can get infected by exposure to deer mice, but they're unable to pass. They do not pass the disease from human to human. There have been no documented cases of human-to-human transmission from hantavirus infection. Because the most common route of transmission for hantavirus appears to be inhalation or direct inhalation of contaminated dust from contaminated urine and other secretions of the rodent. There are some measures that can be taken to prevent infection. Probably the most important general measure is to avoid contact with wild rodents, and this would involve carefully cleaning cabins in the proper way and cleaning cabins to prevent rodents from making the living areas inhospitable to rodents. Another thing that can be done would be to keep basically all food kind of carefully packaged or wrapped away where it's inaccessible to rodents, as well as potentially taking steps to avoid inhaling or staying away from region remote.
What have you been exposed to hantavirus?
If you're worried about having been potentially exposed to hantavirus, if you've been camping recently, if potentially you've been in musty cabins or campsites or other areas where you may have been exposed to the urine or droppings of rodents or excretions of rodents, or you may have inhaled particles, it's very, very important that if you develop symptoms that you seek medical attention immediately. And this is because it's been shown that the earlier you get medical care, the better the outcomes from the disease, and the more likely it is that you'll be able to survive this very dangerous illness.
Very, very dangerous illness. And they say it come from the forest in Argentina. And when you think about that, y'all remember about, 2 months ago, the Jewish people burnt down the forest in Argentina, and they kicked their embassy out of the country, and now all of a sudden, there's a problem. Burnt down the forest in, South America, and there's a problem. Who the fuck is spreading this shit? This shit like 12 monkeys. Y'all seen that movie with Bruce Willis, Papa got dough? Y'all remember Bruce Willis in 12 Monkeys? How they just trafficking in this. And they say this shit is on the planes and everything. They just want to shut the country down. Bad enough Tyler Perry went out that bitch making it Wayne on them TSA agents at the airport to convince them that if they ain't getting paid to hurry up and quit from that motherfucker. They really want to shut the country down and don't want nobody to travel. So a part of me is like, girl, you might not take my mom on a motherfucking cruise ship. But see, my mom is like, I'm like my mom, so to speak, bitch. Live fast, die young, bitch, whatever. It's whatever. I'm going to live my life to the fullest. Okay, we don't even believe in that shit. My mama's so strong, she don't believe in the COVID virus and said it was made up. And all that shit started in your head because the revolution will not be televised. It's in your head. And if you got a revolution in your head, especially a nigga like me, they're not going to put you on in Hollywood at all. They want to hit your root chakra and then take advantage of what's in your head chakra. You got me messed up. You understand what I'm saying? So I know my mama gonna go on that cruise ship and she know I'm gonna be mad at her and we gonna beef and I might come out here and drag her because I'm mad at her because she went on a cruise ship and I don't want her to die and all that other shit, you know. Shit, my uncle in the nursing home. I don't want my mama going on no goddamn cruise ship. But is that fear mongering? Because my mama is the best teacher. My mama say, boy, shut the hell up. Don't crack a line. I'm finna go over here and do what I need to do. I don't even be letting them in my face no more. I use my sanitizer. I bring my hot sauce in my bag, swag. All that other shit is what my mama gonna tell me. I'm like, Mom, man, don't go on the cruise ship because you gonna die of coronavirus. Yeah. And my mom have to remind me, nigga, you paying into and buying into this fear mongering. They shutting the ships down. They shutting the planes down. They don't want people, TSA agents to work. They want to replace them with ICE agents. To threaten and intimidate you from coming to the airport. They shot the shit out of Renee Good, shot her in the face, and that was a white woman. What they gonna do to your black ass? if they replacing a TSA agent. I don't want to fly. Niggas don't want to fly so much already. Oh, flying. It's a fucking bucket list type of item from niggas from where I come from in the South. So a lot of stuff happening in the South, and we're rolling back to the Jim Crow South. So this Hunter virus to me is fear-mongering. And I don't want to give you no medical information. I just want to say it's mind over matter. And my mother believe in that. Mind over matter. So no matter what I say, she gonna go on that cruise ship. She gonna live it up and have a good time and be completely fine. Period. But it's bigger than that. I think the United States of America is gonna be shut down sooner or later. And we're gonna get to that a little bit towards the end. But I want to say, other people are on the bandwagon and saying, they just want to go to jail so they can eat them free meals 3 days a motherfucking week and be as gay as ever.
Used a handgun and held a cashier at gunpoint while demanding cash. He ended up making away with about $300. He made efforts to conceal his identity by switching his clothes. It's later found, they later find a gun that he had disposed of in a trash can. He's also a prohibited possessor. So we want the court to consider the threat of harm in this, to the community. Thank you.
I don't like people like that. You know what I mean? I came back. You know what I mean? Yeah, Your Honor, I came back and told him where the gun was at. No, I don't like how they be doing that.
And Mr. Porter the state will acknowledge that Mr. Porter did return to the scene.
Yeah, I turned myself in.
All right, thank you. Defense?
Yes. He's been in Tucson for a couple of weeks. He did talk to his brother, verified the information. He is unemployed, so he would not be able to post if I found.
I didn't do it anyways. I did it regardless because I want to be out there. I don't want to be out there.
Porter used a handgun and held a cashier at gunpoint while demanding cash. He ended up making away with about $300. He made efforts to conceal his identity by switching his clothes. It's later found, they later find a gun that he had disposed of in a trash can. He's also a prohibited possessor. So we want the court to consider the threat of harm in this, to the community. Thank you.
I don't like people like that. You know what I mean? I came back. You know what I mean? Yeah, Your Honor, I came back and told him where the gun was at. No, I don't like how they be doing that.
And Mr. Porter the state will acknowledge.
And look at that crack. All he care about is winning the case. And his man is low-key saying, Your Honor, I came back. I told him everything because I want to be locked up. He said it's hard out there for him as a 38-year-old, a millennial. They ain't want us to own no motherfucking property. Don't own shit. Don't control shit. Say Gen Z is the dumbest generation. Is it? Or is it millennials? Trying to pretend that they holding on to some intellect. Because at the end of the day, you just got to let that shit go. James Baldwin Knight said it best. To be black in America is to be in a constant state of rage. Bitch, to be America, period, is a constant state of rage. No matter if you white, black, Chinese, boys, thing. Whatever the fuck Mr. Elliott said, bitch. To be in America means you live in a constant state of rage. And they fucked up millennials. And Gen Z is just a representation of the subconscious that millennial keeps on holding on. Don't want us to own no houses, no cars, no nothing. I talked to a 31-year-old that own all, and I ain't even gonna mention it. I ain't even gonna mention that, but let me tell you something. It's millennials that are all fucking scatterbrained. Millennials on his face, no matter if you black, white, Asian, if you are American millennial, to live in a constant state of rage. Even if you're a Republican, you're enraged by Democrats. If you're a Democrat, you're enraged about Democratic policies and what the fuck is going on. Millennials is the depolarizing generation, and they're going to blame everything that millennials fucked up with and passing on that fucked up subconscious to Gen Z and on Gen Z, and that's just how it go. And there's a reason it's called Gen Z. We doomed out this motherfucker. What comes out the Z? Nothing. Ooh, heaven is a place on earth. Heaven and hell is what we living in real goddamn times. And this man said he would rather go to jail instead of be out there in society, be fucked up. He want to go to jail where he can be as gay as ever, get them guaranteed meals. He probably done got jumped in the gang and just sitting down cooking all the food and shit so he ain't got to bang. And the only time he bang, he getting his licks off of somebody else getting jumped in, Jailhouse make these niggas feel important. Not my brother. Maybe somebody like Sean David Way brother. Somebody who on their third strike for touching minors. And when you think about that, why is you on your third strike? Because one strike, in my mind and eyes, you deserve the unalignment penalty, just like them niggas finna get in Julio Fulio trial. Yes, indeed. You take a life or you take the innocence of a child, you deserve to be taken. Let's be clear. Moving on. Rihanna. You guys know Rihanna has been sitting pretty. You know, I don't know what she did with Jay-Z when she was 15 years old, but she did not get thrown off that balcony and became a global superstar. And I done told you guys time and time again, you know, people are looking at Rihanna, praising her, saying she's beautiful. Why is it that Rihanna be the only pop artist or the only person that's a celebrity next to Oprah don't get questioned about, bitch, why the fuck you ain't in the motherfucking gym? On some Ozempic or something, girl, get the fuck up out of here. A$AP Rocky met you when you was really thin at the likes of, you know, thin like Tyler. And now you big as a house after having 4 kids back to back. And the fact that A$AP Rocky done put 4 children in you because you pregnant again, Miss Oyster, at the Met Gala. You're pregnant again and you're trying to hide it for what? Because you embarrassed. Can't focus on your business, can't focus on your music, nothing, because you having babies back to back. Shout out to y'all. 888, that's my favorite number. Thank you, Rico. Greatly appreciate you. Rihanna's having babies back to back. But for some reason, she's managed to stay that bitch. Music still selling on the billboards, on the charts. You know, Tyler could never replace and beat a Rihanna. Rihanna is solidified. We have chosen Rihanna. Yes, indeed. But I do believe she's insecure about her relationship with Offset. She know he's a body boy. She know he get down with both sexes. She don't care. Just keep letting this punk put all these motherfucking babies in you. Oh, y'all think he any different than Stefon Diggs? Because Stefon Diggs decided to dig off and put babies in about 8 bitches in 1 year? No. Same thing. It's giving insecurity. It's giving the need for power and control. Niggas don't bang your motherfucking music. Only niggas respecting you and running to you in public is because we believe you're the man in Rihanna's life and we want to talk to her. Even at the A$AP Rocky trial, ain't nobody show up for you. Everybody showed up for Rihanna. And you keep taking that girl culture clout and that girl's beauty from her and everything, all the motherfucking kids. And Rihanna literally got an auntie body. Rihanna big as Tyra Banks, who about 10, 15 years older than her. When the fuck you gonna get out there and do some exercise and push-ups? You ain't even A$AP Rocky type no more. He blowing you up with kids just to control you and to stay in the limelight. When he with Salida Banks to get into the fashion world and you with him when you was skinny, talking about your KKKs when you didn't have none, but now you got KKKs. Miss Wild Thoughts. He don't like big bitches like you, Rihanna. He like them skinny, like them little models that he talked to and the editors at the magazines that he talked to and how he get these Gucci ads and goofy campaigns and maneuver in the fashion world and the music world, but for the fact that you're attached to him. Your fans went out and purchased his music. And if they didn't, your fans are looking for you and he just bogarting your fucking clout. Rihanna is so goddamn insecure and I knew it a long time ago. So playing, you know, Arya Starr over Taylor. Yeah, we know you bad gal and that makes sense for you playing Arya Starr songs. But you would never embrace Tyler because she light skinned, she pretty. And if you and Tyler started at the same time, you wouldn't be in the position that you're in. Let's be clear about that. And poor Tyler, she keep on looking for Rihanna validation. She cannot give it to you. That's like Cardi B giving Nicki Minaj validation. How you gonna give a bitch validation that you copied your whole career? Get up out of here. Yes, indeed. You know, it went viral that Ciara, at the age of 41, you know, and I knew it was going to, you know, be Ciara in the end. Ciara at the age of 40 years old with 4 kids and Rihanna with 3 kids. And this is Ciara's body. Every single time we have seen Ciara give birth, Ciara has been in that gym working out. Getting low. Dancing, vibing, popping. And mostly it's because Ciara is known for dancing. We expect her to dance. We expect you to get low. We expect you to create a new dance trend, and it ain't gonna make sense. And then Ciara was really thin. She was really thin. with no booty. Talking about he like the way I ride it. Let her perform that today, nigga. Every hood nigga in the trap gonna want to throw dollars at her because she thicker than a bit right now. And Rihanna, it's just, she look like SpongeBob and Miss Puff had a baby on their bed. Don't want to go to the gym. Don't want to put in her work ethics. You know, I feel like colorism or just, you know, natural black American beauty like Ciara has been downplayed in exchange for the, I guess, the exotic beauty or whatever like Rihanna got. Ciara has always been better looking and more talented than Rihanna. And I've seen Rihanna in person and so many times. I love her. But guess what? If she won Rihanna, we wouldn't say, we would be like, huh? If she won Rihanna, we'd be like, oh, she got potential, but what is it? I don't know if she won Rihanna. Because really and truly, in real life, her face looked like a soda can. Just crushed like a soda can. Big ass forehead. Everything else is smushed in like giving Michael Jackson vibes. And not because sometimes you don't know what skin color she is. You know, motherfucker, like when I first seen Rihanna, I was like, ooh, E.T. phone home. But goddamn, you Rihanna though. You're beautiful. And shine bright like a diamond and all that other stuff. Can't sing worth a lick. But I guess it's the aesthetics of it all. But at the end of the day, rather, I'm talking about Rihanna's face look like a soda can. Or her body look like a fucking hog maw, literally. Rihanna pregnant with her 4th child. After this one, you gonna start looking like a deep freezer. Get your motherfucking ass in the gym. Stop sitting there eating caviar and all that other shit. Get your goddamn ass in the gym. You ain't got to work out and get in the gym because you're a pop star or you Adrian Brody training for a fight to get knocked the fuck out. We don't want to see it. Okay, get in the gym. Your BMI is pretty fucking high. Yes, indeed. But I love Rihanna. It's just critical commentary that I need to give her to improve her. Just like Ciara. Rihanna ain't stop your career. You did. When you came out there throwing inputs. Yes, be me. Get some. What's up? Bet you looking for the do. Bitch. Fuck wrong with you. We won't push for you, Ciara. So Rihanna ain't have nothing to do with your career going down the drain. But I will say empirically, you are definitely more beautiful than her. Moving on. Those about the boys. Yes, indeed. You guys know I know Andy Cohen. I've said it a long time ago. And he's coming out with this Real House Husbands of Atlanta. And mind you, Andy Cohen that got sued by the Real Housewives of Potomac about them freak out parties. I read the lawsuit. They said it was dark rooms and you didn't know if you was screwing a man or a woman unless you reached up and touched the boobs. And half the time the dudes in there, they were bigger than the boobs. So Andy Cohen is the white version of Diddy with these dark rooms and shit like that, okay? From Peter to Apollo to Audie, Greg, and all these motherfucking losers like Todd coming up on a bitch. You was in there and they told you to take that, huh, Andy? And he gave these niggas a show. Who the fuck gonna talk about this shit? That's like watching Zeus Network's Bad Boys. Ain't nobody interested in that. We want to see these bitches argue and fight. We don't want to see men act like bitches. Yes, indeed. Who is gonna watch Ex-Husbands of Atlanta? Nobody but the bitches that wish they could have these niggas and would take the leftovers like they leftover Thanksgiving food on Christmas Day. Apollo is a criminal chopping cars. Greg, all these bonds, Peter can't keep a motherfucking business, just got out of prison. Todd, bitch, your head is bigger than your body, and bedroom candy wasn't good enough. It wasn't good enough for her to shove them sticks up you. You still wanted to go ahead and do House Husbands of Atlanta. Don't nobody want to see no niggas getting together, rolling around a motherfucking cup of sweet tea, gossiping about some other bitches. We don't care about you niggas. Okay, unless y'all gonna expose the fact that y'all done smashed Andy for this motherfucking bootleg ass TV show. We like to watch the bitches fight and argue, not the niggas. Yes, indeed. And we know what y'all did to get that show. But I will say it is probably a niche for it, a lane for it. I don't know if Perry and Sherelle will talk about it, but Perry definitely will be watching it in his man cave. You understand what I'm saying? Child, but they said they specifically said they're not going to be talking about business and getting money and things that real men talk about, like sports and the stockbrokers. And they're going to be running the tea on these women. which is exactly what Andy Cohen do, because he hate women and probably done held the nut in his mouth like a squirrel when it comes to these niggas. Moving on, when it comes to these niggas, Stefon Diggs was found not guilty for allegedly assaulting his chef. You know, and I paid very, very close attention to this case. The chef said she knew Stefon Diggs for 4 years before she became a chef. She done wrote this long ass essay that I'm not gonna read out loud because it's embarrassing, about how she was supposed to be the one and the only one that she would have accepted him screwing on was Cardi B because of the fame, the fortune. But Lisa was also screwing him and everybody else that was in the mix, and she thought she was the only one outside of Cardi B. You know, she about 40 years old. They say her eggs about scrambling, and she mad because she would never have a baby from Stefon and regret the fact that she probably committed so many abortions in the past 4 years before he got with Cardi B and wanted the baby herself. She came out here with these books of motherfucking messages that I'm not gonna spare to read, okay? It's boring. It's more boring than Guiding Lights watching a motherfucking baseball game. But nowhere in these messages did I see that he committed or you acknowledge or you even allege that he strangled you or anything of the sort, girl. We don't give a fuck at all, okay? That's a dog ass nigga. The NFL and everybody on his teams knew that he was a dog, and it became public information once he got with Cardi B. And I know him and Klay Thomas regret that they ain't got these goofy ass rap bitches that sing about being promiscuous and what they would do with they wop. These hoes don't cook, don't clean, but they want the ring. And these NFL and NBA niggas said, bitch, you gotta go. But obviously, everybody in the public think it was Cardi B idea. Now, y'all know this bitch suffered from a stinking ass BBL. I smelled them when she threw the pen at me at the courthouse. Yes, indeed.
Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm. They got a fuzzy bombs. It's my destiny to have you here with me. Cardi B faces jury trial in Las Vegas concert lawsuit. Now, y'all know Cardi B is, old for however many, then sued the fuck out of Tasha K. Tasha K, listen, when I tell you Tasha K finna turn just gray over motherfucking night like she a cracker, Rick Morgan saying in, the white folks, they turn gray, black, blue, purple, every color under the rain, motherfucker, but when they die, Tasha K's insides are dead. You hear me? She ain't got no stamina. Oh, yeah, we lost the war. It's okay. Bitch, I done went for $1.2 million and I was crashing out trying to act like everything is good. Now my fraudulent bankruptcy petition is canceled. And then on top of that, they didn't let me know and indicated in the same filings that they gonna come back to the court and prove that you was committing bankruptcy fraud. Not only hiding money before you initiated the bankruptcy action, but they said you was lying in your quarterly earnings statements. Bitch, Tasha K, you going to jail. You going to jail. I don't know if y'all been here for a while or not, but I've been warning Tasha K. She dissolved Kibi Studios and made Yelling Entertainment. I said, girl, you going to jail. I see what you're doing. And they say I'm dumb. They say I'm crazy. And all them little gay dudes that done drug her for filth, they told her, oh, don't listen to him. He's just clout chasing. He just want to take my spot. All of that other gay shit. Playing in the court of law. When at the end of the day, the trial court don't have the final say so. And you know what I'm talking about. But in the case of Cardi B and Tasha K, you signed a fucking gag order under duress. You said it was under duress because they was either gonna cancel and dismiss your bankruptcy petition and tell you that you owe Cardi B $4 million because Cardi B and her attorneys told the court that you was committing embezzlement, that you was hiding money, that you was lying about your assets. That's bankruptcy fraud. And under duress, you signed an agreement saying you would not talk about Cardi B and her family, Tasha K. And you did just that. Like a nigga. It'll be different if you didn't sign and there was some court order, oh, don't talk about Cardi B. Okay, boom. And you talking about another public figure that's somehow attached to her, like Offset and Stefon Diggs. That's disputable. Now I can be like, hold on, Cardi B, you ain't got no fucking sweeping fucking order so that she can't talk about Offset was Offset before he got with you and started screwing on your funk ass BBL. Stefon Diggs was Stefon Diggs and the same dog he was before he started screwing on your stinking ass BBL. And you mean to tell me I can't talk about them? That is very different than Tasha K actually signing a contract, a binding one before the court, that she will not talk about anybody related to or connected to Cardi B, because at the end of the day, the only reason most people tuned in to hear Cardi B talking about Stefon or Offset is because she built her platform over 500,000 subscribers off the back of Cardi B. So evidently, it puts you in the mind of Cardi B whenever she's talking about her family members, aka niggas who busted off in her and she held the nut like a squirrel. Right? So, Tasha K now owes Cardi B $4 million. I would be scared to show my face. Bitch, I'll turn to Avatar. Or if you're going to show your face, bitch, you need boogers, black tears, bitch. We need to feel sorry for you like we did with Scylla on The Color Purple, ho. They get them GoFundMe numbers up or whatever the fuck it take, bitch. But at this point in time, you need to start raising money for Canteen. Because when Cardi B and her lawyer filed reports and showed that they found you hiding money, your black ass is going to prison for bankruptcy fraud. And I done told you that ever since 2023 with your black ass. Cardi B they say she Teflon done in the courtroom. Yes, indeed. Cosplaying as black, but showing up and appearing with her black music. And cause them crackers don't see nothing but a Dominican or Spanish woman asserting power over black people. She have her way. But there's one case coming up. You're not going to have your way, babe. More than 4 years after Cardi B made headlines for throwing a microphone into a crowd during a Las Vegas performance, the civil lawsuit tied to the incident is officially moving to trial. Okay? Court records show the case is currently scheduled for a jury trial beginning in October 2027, and the proceedings are expected to last about 2 weeks, although scheduling could still change. The lawsuit was filed by a woman identified as Jane Doe, who claimed she was struck by a microphone during Cardi's July 2023 nightclub performance in Las Vegas. Cardi was sued for assault, battery, and negligence, okay? Yeah, girl, you threw the microphone. But did she? That is somebody who's clearly throwing water on her from the stage, and Cardi retaliated. And that's just a 5-second clip of the incident. And I remember people who was there, and I remember the blogs posting. Cardi B told the audience to throw water on her because she was hot and she was tired. It's Vegas, right? It's fucking Vegas. And this happened in July 2023. When I tell you it's hot in Vegas, motherfucker, my auntie Janita, ain't never been on no motherfucking plane, just been in Colorado, ain't never been to Vegas. And when you look at the movies and the TV shows, you think you're going to win a big ass jackpot going to Vegas. That's why people really go to Vegas. Motherfucker, think like a man. When Kevin Hart put that dollar in the slot machine and motherfucker won $100,000. Bitch, you don't do that at your local casino, and definitely not motherfucking Vegas. They'll give you some free alcohol so you can tiptoe on up out of there and feel good about losing all your some money, And if you go there with that mindset in July, my auntie went in Vegas. My auntie Janita, I never forget, she wore her slides and she wore her usual outfits and shit like that. Everybody know it's hot in Vegas, but when you coming from Florida, you be like, okay, it's hot in Vegas. I get it, whatever, I'll deal with it. But no, sir. Vegas got a different type of motherfucking heat. Florida got a humid heat to where you feel like you broiling. Vegas got an easy bake oven desert type of motherfucking heat that if you're on the East Coast and ain't never been to Vegas, you don't know how it feel. Motherfucker, I never forget my auntie put on her best outfit, motherfucker. I'm talking about my auntie was clean like it was Easter Sunday. Going out that bit to Vegas. Okay, she got off the plane, seen the slot machines and all the distractions and all that other shit. But when she hit that motherfucking door in that Vegas heat, whoo, bitch, my auntie said she felt like stripping and getting butt naked out there because it was so hot. And it was in July, so I understand the heat in July. Cardi, you told these people to throw water on you as a celebrity. And if you tell me to throw water on you, even if I know it's going to agitate you, bitch, you never said, okay, that's enough. According to this longer video, you never said, okay, that's enough. Motherfucker was throwing water on you. You know, they wasn't throwing it as aggressive as this person is, right? This person just threw it at you like you was at a Diddy freak off and multiple niggas just, you know, this person just threw it on you. Everybody else was just like, throwing it on you like lightheartedly. That's a whole bunch of gob that you ain't just used to taking, okay? It ain't even take that much for you to have 4 kids. And they say you pregnant already with a 5th child. And we don't know if that one is Offset's or Stefon Diggs, because you been creeping with both of them. Especially ever since the nigga got shot in his booty, like Denzel on Training Day, didn't, you know, and gonna throw a pin at me. Cause I say it's Offset the father of your child. Might be. That nigga said it might be. You ain't giving him a DNA test. Why? Is there one on file for Stefon? There's no paternity test on file for that 4th child, Cardi B. You've been having your way in these courts. Okay, you worse than Jay-Z with the situation with Ray Stoudemire. Who is the 4th child's father? There's no DNA test that's confirming or denying that is Stefon's. Why is Offset not entitled to one? Huh? But you threw a pen at me. You threw a microphone at this bitch. See, if you told me, oh, please throw water on me, I'm so hot, I'm going to throw that water on you and I'm going to antagonize you knowing that I can come back for a motherfucking payday. And even if this was that person's mindset, as much as you done won in court for your bad behavior, bitch, the trial of fact is sick of you. Yes, indeed. The incident of that girl throwing water on you went viral online after videos surfaced showing Cardi B reacting to a drink thrown in her directions. And according to the complaint and the fuller video, Cardi B, told people to splash water on her during the performance to help her cool down. Criminal charges were never filed in the case, and prosecutors previously announced they would not move forward due to insufficient evidence. Well, guess what, Cardi B? The criminal complaint is based upon a reasonable doubt. Okay? A civil case is based upon the preponderance of evidence. Okay, you told me to throw water on you. You didn't say how much, how little, or when to stop. And I'm your fan. I'm at the front row. I'm your fan. I didn't come there to hurt you. I came there to celebrate you. I had to show up 3, 4, maybe even 7 hours early to get in that spot. And you asked for some water to cool you down? I bet you lose in that case. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Teflon Don. I will say that I'm going to that case, but people only show up to cases and act like they're interested in cases because I talk about going to them. So I can't even announce what cases I'm going to before stalkers come there trying to get on and shit on me. So I don't know if I'm going there or not. But word is the other person know not to show up because Cardi gonna have them stinking in the ditch. And when they stinking in the ditch, I'm gonna run my mouth about them forever because it's moot. Moving on, Lotto, aka Big Mama Lotto. She said 529 is my retirement album. Thank you for everything. 2.3 million views. 3 weeks ahead of the album. Your album come out in 3 weeks. Just like the movies, they start promoting them 3 weeks before they come out, Girl, this is a part of a PR campaign. You don't want to go nowhere. And if you are retiring, that means that your record label told you before you revealed your pregnancy that if you don't sell them motherfucking records and not just a single, we're going to drop you. As a matter of fact, you in a 360 and you owed us. So some of these hoes be getting pregnant on purpose just to prolong, what everything that's going on. Why you think, 21 Savage's wife came out here praising and worshiping, saying she'll be the stepmama? She just want to be down with it. And we know 21 Savage is gay, bitch. Drake got a statue of him, of his head outside of his house. Nigga, you cannot enter inside of Drake's home without going through the 21 Savage statue. You got to type in the code where the 21 Savage statue is at, right? You see how symbolic that is? You cannot enter Drake privacy in his pussy without going through 21 Savage. And he doubled down on it. 21, will you do something for me? Gay ass, hoe ass niggas up out here. So just like 21 Savage's wife, Lotto just playing her part. Okay, talking about Big Mama. When you became Big Mama, when you got pregnant, you don't expect to go to the gym and just to take on that cellulite like Ice Spice body and Rihanna, bitch. Because you weren't Big Mama until you was pregnant. Big Mama, you weren't until Rihanna was pregnant, okay? You don't want to go to the gym? Or is this the status quo that you want to take, motherfucker? Cardi B fucking walk so y'all can fly. Even sexy red ugly ass looking like a motherfucking lizard on the stage, pregnant, selling do the whole brown and lip gloss, all this other type of lip gloss to these little ass motherfucking girls out here. Lotto, we don't care if you retire or not. Okay, the one or two sons that do get banged in the hood, we gonna bang them. But you ain't no motherfucking Kaya. Even though you pretty as shit, I still believe you scamming. You don't plan on retiring. You looking for sympathy sales. That's why you say you retiring when your album drop. For them first week numbers to manipulate the charts. Nigga, get up out of here. I do know one motherfucking thing. Another ATL Young Thug. He need to go ahead and motherfucking retire, bitch. This nigga got the nerve to sit up there. Yeah, throw some tomatoes at this niggas. I will come off of my chariot to throw tomatoes at this fuck ass nigga, okay? Sitting up here talking about Rich Homie Quan was scheduled to testify against him the day before he passed away. That sounds like motives, nigga. And it's the same niggas who was passing beans, pills and mushrooms all in the motherfucking court during his trial. We saw it on national TV. And Rich Homie Quan was unalived the day before he was supposed to testify. You out here bragging and boasting to this dude's brother and pride and ego. You got a personal vendetta against Rich Homie Quan, so I would investigate your ties and what the fuck you done said on the phone, nigga. It's time for us to go back to them phone calls that they released a Young Thug with Mariah the Science Tess, who I still ain't paying attention to figure out exactly what he was saying about Rich Homie Quan. And was that quote coded to get rid of this nigga? Nah, we want to get rid of you, motherfucker. You know niggas don't fuck with you. You so mad at the black community, you came out this bitch with your face painted motherfucking white on the album cover. And Gen Z didn't know who you was. You came out this bitch trying to compete with Justin Bieber. And motherfucker, what's that other dude named? The Jewish dude that do the rock album and shit like that. We don't care about you, Young Thug. On your first track on your album that you got all the clicks and views on because we was trying to figure out if you were going to tell some secrets or snitch on a nigga in your rap music since you supposed to be hard. You gave white folks to say the hard ER is what you fucking did. And we don't appreciate that. And you painted your whole body motherfucking white. And then when you do a concert and they be like, oh, Young Thug. Yes, Young Thug. Bitch, you want to be Michael Jackson so bad, but it ain't working out for you, nigga. You Michael Jackson at a courthouse. Fuck is you talking about? I don't fuck with Young Thug. That nigga did some diabolical shit on a mass scale. On a mass scale. You got to be socially responsible. Go ahead and retire. Go ahead and retire, nigga. We don't care. We thought Charleston White was putting you in jail a couple weeks ago, fuck ass nigga. Something seriously got to be wrong with D4D and his family. Hollywood is a business of nepotism, okay? If your family fuck up, you're fucked up too. And that shit rolls downhill. And the fact that D4D's brother sitting right here looking like Zion Wade without the wig and the makeup is out here releasing slow ass, bullshit ass music, following his brother's blueprint. Matter of fact, he even came out against D4D and said that creditors need the unalivement penalty. So that showed me that you was not really a lawyer brother. That showed me that you was jealous of your older brother and want to be him, which is why you coming out here with EPs and taking advantage of him being down and you out here and continue your music career. We ain't gonna fuck with you either. Especially given the fact that we seen Celeste Hernandez, a 14-year-old that your brother unalive, in videos with you backstage hanging out. So you are complicit in what your brother did. So is your bald-headed ass mama and your hate African booty scratch ass father. We ain't fucking with you. And white folks would be a fool to fuck with you. Okay, D4D and that crazy shit that he did, that's white people problem. We ain't never support that nigga. Okay, R. Kelly is black people problem because that's where his money, his clout, his reputation came from. Crazy ass, batshit, isolated ass white folks is the reason why your brother felt like he was somebody. The nigga can't sing, you can't motherfucking sing, and ain't damn one of y'all no motherfucking sex symbols. At all, nigga. You might be gay, but a rich ass white person won't trust you with their motherfucking pocketbook next to them. Fuck ass nigga with this nap ass head. Who is gonna listen to you? Get up out of here. You hate your brother that much, you wanna come out with a PR campaign, clout chasing off of him. We're not listening. We wasn't even listening to your brother. But your brother is a black ass nigga who was obsessed with and addicted to narco content and decided to perform it on somebody's underage child. And I hope he get the death penalty for that shit. And fuck you. Ain't nobody bang you. Ain't nobody coming out to see you. And even if you was to meet your big day, we're going to bring the receipts out of you with Celeste when she was 13 and 14 behind and backstage at D4D's concert. Okay? Just because you just turned 18, you're not absolved either. Birds of a feather flock together and the apple don't fall too far from the tree. It don't. You just like your motherfucking brother. Ugly as all motherfucking outdoors and non-talented. And we ain't listening to your weird ass. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. I thought niggas in my days, emo kids, wore chains and all this other stuff. We don't care about you. We will not be banging you. Or your ugly ass sister, your ugly ass brother, or nothing. Don't nobody want to screw on you or trust you next to their motherfucking pocketbook, bitch. A nigga like me, handsome as all ever. I want the skins and the ends out your mammy motherfucking pocketbook. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. I love you. Do you love me too? Moving on. Dame Dash says he couldn't be friends with Cameron because his breath smelled bad.
You know, for some reason, like, people keep talking about me in interviews, especially people with big cheap teeth with woolly tacky suits, and they have friends around them that say yes to everything, that are overweight and unhealthy, that just met these people, and for some reason they want to put a narrative out that I'm a different version of myself. And that's the case. I am a different version of myself. I'm way. For all of your unhealthy motherfuckers talking about my business every day to get yourself in the algorithm, get in the gym, maybe, possibly, think about being a vegan or a vegetarian. Your breath used to stink when I was around you, and you got yellow goop on your teeth. And you laughing, and every time you do all that shit, you get all of that crust in your fucking mouth, and you make niggas feel nauseous.
Yeah.
And that's why I couldn't be your friend.
Yeah, Dame Dash, it's given you would say anything, just come out here. You're like a broke, uncredible version of 50 Cent, just want to troll everybody. How the fuck are you talking about somebody grill when we seen yours fall on the dinner plate, bitch? You got a whole a plate in your motherfucking mouth. You got about 6 teeth that's connected to one screw. The way you got it, like, how the fuck you keep putting that shit in your motherfucking mouth, nigga? Broke ass nigga, they done took your production company, took your masters and royalties. Jay-Z done left you bad and you mad. Is what it is. But I believe what he said about Cameron. Remember, this the nigga that was rocking pink. Pink when it was called feminine. This the nigga that was rocking pink after B.I.G. had that video with them transgenders in it. This the nigga that was rocking pink. This the nigga that's on a podcast talking shit about other niggas' business like a bitch ass nigga, like he want to be Charlamagne the God, aka the new Wendy Williams. It got beat up by a wrestler. And Dame Dash came and said that his breath stinking, he just can't take it no more. He must be on that Diddy shit. The way he just eating all kind of bad twat or even truffle butter. and breath all motherfucking stank. Who knows? Bullshit ass nigga, get up out of here. Zesty ass niggas need to come out the closet, especially Russell Wilson. This nigga in Bali hoping and praying for the statute of limitation for that great case that he's supposed to be facing to be up on.
Conservative in my views, because my mentor is Louis Farrakhan, and Minister Louis Farrakhan always said, "This liberal, where does this come from? Where does this victim mentality come from?" As an activist, even. So go out and do for yourself. Go out and work. And that was kind of the mindset of Black Muslims. You may know, they don't want white people to do shit for them. They want to do for themselves. So much race baiting and so much blaming, and there just seems to be a lack of accountability, not only in the Black community, but in all of America. We soft. The South conservative would say that, right? We soft. And this soft society that we live in has a individual accountability as well as working for the collective. So I've been, working for the collective, and I never really held people over the years as accountable or said the things that I think I could have said that demonstrated tough love. A lot of yogis will disagree with me because they soft, not on themselves,
right,
but on everyone else. Their compassion is empowering, and at the same time, their compassion is enabling. For bad behavior.
What is bad behavior? I even heard the same motherfucking speech from Tiffany Dalton, who then almost drove Tiffany Henyard, who drove the city of Dalton, Illinois, bankrupt because this bitch was bling bling, had security guards and paying niggas a screw on her, while the city ain't have no lights and no motherfucking water. Bad representation. Sir, we don't want to hear shit about you, Russell Simmons. Niggas is just as serious as you as them crackers is about the Epstein list. Bring your ass over here and see if these people gonna serve you with this lawsuit and you gonna be on that Diddy shit. Bring your ass over here from Bali. Okay? Shut up. Always want to do the bad things and fucking trauma bomb with people that's creditors just like your motherfucking ass. We're going to get to them. But right now, we're going to take a quick break. And in this quick break, we're going to be playing Ronnie Doe. Ronnie Doe is Chrisean Rock's ex-boyfriend who was unalive for seeking a paternity test of Shunya. Just like Neve. Maybe he won the daddy. Who the fuck know who the fuck is Shunya daddy? Is it Ronnie Doe? Rest in peace, bro.
Play that shit on TNT.
Turned to a mess, and now I gave you the deuces, and I wish your ass the best. And if you try to come back, I'ma have to stand on you. I wanna win on you. I was always there for you, and you took that shit for granted. Now you lost me, and now I'm all up on my mission, and I'm bossing. And I've been taking all these trips, and you not there with me. I kept it fair with you. You wasn't real with me, and now I'm just reminiscing. I'm just staring at our pics. I thinking back, and now I realize you wasn't shit. My whole family told me you need to watch out for that little bitch. I didn't listen, and I was here. I really went out to Cali just to upgrade you, but you took that shit for granted. Now you a stranger. I tried to come through and save you, but I can't save you. I need my paper. I'll see you later. When you walked in my life, that shit really turned to a mess. And now I gave you the deuces, and I wish your ass the best. And if you try to come back, I'ma have to spend on you. I wanna win on you. I was always there for you, and you took that shit for granted. Now you lost me, and now I'm all up on my mission, and I'm bossing. And I've been taking all these trips, and you not there with me. I kept it fair with you. You wasn't real with me. 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 You wasn't there for me. I kept it real. Now you see how it feel. I was always there for you.
Shout out to everybody in the building. 250 plus people on Twitch. I greatly appreciate you guys. Make sure you grab memberships and also support me with some bits. Use that new feature. If you have any comments, thoughts, or opinion, go ahead and use that new feature. If you don't see it, let me know in the chat below, where basically you get to talk to me, okay? Whatever your comment is going to be spoken to me on the stage. Shout out to the 70, 80 people on YouTube, okay? Make sure you guys that are watching me on YouTube, unsubscribe and resubscribe, okay? Whenever your platform go down for like a copyright strike or some shit, it's like you got to start over. That's how atrocious and how competitive it is on that platform. But y'all know your boy always persevere. So like the video, unsubscribe, resubscribe to the channel, and make sure your notification is set for always so you be notified instantly. Did you guys like that song that was just played? That is by Chrisean Kane, aka Ronnie Doe, who was Chrisean Rock's high school lover. And he got her pregnant multiple times and she had multiple abortions. And for some reason he thought that Junior was his child. I've seen photos of Junior. I've seen Junior in person to where he looked like Chrisean Kane's grandmother, then him. And it just changes. At this point in time, I'm going to say wholeheartedly that Chrisean Jr. looks like Tasiki and Chrisean more than anybody. Absent a father, ain't nobody signed a motherfucking birth certificate. So regardless of who it is, if you the daddy or you the prospective daddy and you looking for a DNA test, that bitch gonna offer you how she did run it dope. You know, and I continue to see this repetitive narrative in the BlueFace circle, right? Y'all know I'm ahead of time. I'm smart. I see shit before it happened. You know, Sandra Bland type of incidents are still happening, just a different day with a different person. And so sometimes I get bored with covering the same stuff, but I understand the importance of reinforcing the narrative. But a lot of y'all really tune in to pay attention to these motherfucking crackheads, okay? And I do mean Neve, this girl that BlueFace got, that he called King Harris. And we finally figured out why he compared Neve to King Harris, because he gay. That nigga sat down with Jason Lee, bragged about how wiping his doodle hole, bragged about, you know, people that's down low and in the closet and feel a certain type of way and don't come out and don't want to come out because people that are open like to point them out and like to out them and make them feel uncomfortable. So he's definitely gay, but out here getting so many women motherfucking pregnant. Okay, 2026 and 27, he's gonna have double the kids as Stefon Diggs had in 2025, 2026. Mark my motherfucking birth. So BlueFace is tired of the box and just doing this shit for a click and a view. These hoes want here, he want live, he'll be with a transgender or a nigga that's sending him unsolicited photos. And I'm not one of them, but he bragged about niggas sending him unsolicited photos and not blocking them and engaging with them on Jason Lee, but not being able to do it publicly. But these bitches will always sacrifice themselves, okay? Any bitch that go around BlueFace on the streaming platform, they're all thinking, I can be the star of Crazy in Love Season 3. Oh my gosh. And so in their fucking little childish ass girl heads like Neve and you know, other motherfuckers that she swapped clothes out with like Rihanna and Stunner Girl and bitches that leave their clothes and that leave their pussy in the bathroom and shit. They all one and the same. You get what you deserve. I don't know why it's surprising to anyone that Neve and Brianna and Stunner Girl and the rest of them does not understand that there's a Chrisean and Chrisean and BlueFace narrative, and I need to be a part of it. So everything Chrisean did, he's allowed it to happen, and he hasn't reacted a certain way. I'm gonna do those things and do even more. So I'm not surprised that Neve has been creeping around with other dudes. And BlueFace went off on her, and I don't understand why he called her a deadbeat. Nigga, you are a deadbeat, $15 million worth of debt. Bitch, I'd rather be a deadbeat living with my mama instead of saying that I'm dealing with a nigga who's $15 million in debt and ain't got a motherfucking thing and no game plan of action to recoup it. I guess she getting paid the $12,000, huh? And in the words of the people, She clout chasing off your bullshit ass. And she feel like having a baby and then leaving you is gonna give her some clout because she feels like it's a BlueFace baby. This is what makes it special. Is it really BlueFace or is it really Chrisean? Because I really wasn't interested in this girl until today. And bitch, we gonna drag you for filth.
To be a hoe after you have a baby.
Why do you feel like that?
Because you're already a hoe.
Why do you feel like that?
Why would you change?
Why do you feel like that?
Why would you change?
Well, I'm gonna tell you now that's not true. That's not happening.
Let's talk about it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now that's not true and that's not happening.
If you was a hoe 6 months ago, why wouldn't you be a hoe?
Doesn't this give you Crazy in Love season 2 episode 3? You know Neve watched it. You know we all watched it. You know any bitch dealing with him for clicking him, they watched it. In her head, this is Crazy in Love season 2 episode 3 repeat, and I'm gonna be the better one, and I'm gonna do everything Chrisean do, be promiscuous and let multiple niggas bust off in me and not know who the daddy is, and it's just gonna be his baby. And if it's not, I'm still gonna be just as popular as Chrisean. Mind you, Neve, this dog face looking ass bitch, her mama, her big fat white ass mammy came and sat on Javon's bed. Now, y'all know I don't play with kids. And because her mama came and did that shit, bitch, fuck wrong with you. I'll drag her mama and everybody for filth. Matter of fact, if I was jaded, I'll shoot the shit out them bitches for playing with my children. But again, Neve and the rest of them want to get pregnant and want to see if it's a different outcome. Because see, Crazy in Love season 3 should have been and would have been about the birth of the child and raising the child. And so these bitches just doing it for clout and hope to get on Zeus Network, dumbass hoes. These bitches don't give a fuck if this nigga would tell them to put your face out there and open the car door while I'm going 100 miles on the highway and do it on live stream to prove that you love me. They'll do it. Crazy, slow ass bitches.
You know what? What are you talking about?
Why wouldn't you be a hoe 6 months from now? You was a hoe 6 months ago.
And she's laughing at him. Cause BlueFace, we heard this whole narrative, bitch. What did you learn before? What did you learn in prison? Besides being gay, besides knowing that you like people to play with you and like people to wipe your booty. What did you learn, nigga? You did this on Zeus Network. Everybody who's watching you has seen you do this before. What is new? What did you learn? Nothing. Just like you admitted on Jason Lee podcast. You ain't learned shit when you went to jail. And you're going back and you ain't got no choice but want to go back because that's the only place that you can go and be a gay ass nigga.
There's food outside.
Okay. You almost done?
Are you done, Nathan?
Yeah, you said you was a hoe. I'm done. We're chilling. Now it's jokes. I bet you turn.
This nigga lame as hell. And got a nigga out this bitch that like this saying that he busted off.
Fez, listen, stop capping. Stop hitting the streams and lying and bringing me up and all this other shit. How you like, oh, it was the Xanax. Well, how you gonna blame some Xanax on you fucking? If you would have hit the internet and kept it real, I would have never said nothing. If you would have just been like, hey, I was fucking, it is what it is, and kept it as that, not, oh, it wasn't this month and it was that month. So, hey, listen, you saying you told me only niggas from LA that fuck was me and BlueFace. So how the fuck is it, how the fuck all these other niggas is coming out the woodworks and you saying it's different guys and this and that? Apparently all of us is fucking at the same time. Other niggas is coming out that I didn't even know about. They even knew you saying they hit. So fuck it. Everybody needs to get a DNA.
Everybody you talking about 3 niggas? Bitch, it was 2. Actually, I don't remember fucking them in September. I was on Xanax. It wasn't even in September. It was way before that. Bitch, my second.
So she's admitting it, but saying it's not in September, and there's somebody else.
Who the fuck is this nigga?
BlueFace. These women know that you're gay and know that you're soft, and they know that you're tolerant because that's what you showed the world on Crazy in Love. You let Chrisean run over you. See, everything that these girls like Neve is doing Chrisean did it first and did it better. And I'm not sitting here advocating and taking up for it, but the operative fact is the operative fact, my nigga. It is what it is. Like, nigga, ain't nobody listening to your music. Ain't nobody checking in for you. Don't nobody care. Nigga, everything that you're doing is wash, repeat, rinse, repeat. And you worse off than these motherfucking screamers that teach niggas the only way to get women is to trick off. Never to love them, but just to trick off. It's like Zeus Snapberg in real life. Neve, we still don't give a fuck about you. We don't. More and more people are going to wake up to these patterns of bad behavior that BlueFace got going on and not tune in to him at all because he's not progressing. He's just using you to do the same thing over and over and over again because this nigga's insane. The only thing this nigga haven't done since he got out of prison was take a HIV/AIDS test. And I'm pretty sure he's been with men and women all over the place. And don't want to motherfucking admit it. So it's like, what's next? What the fuck is next? And BlueFace hate women. He definitely hate women. God forsake, he wouldn't even give his mama a shout out on Jason Lee's podcast. He wouldn't do it at all. And I wouldn't do it either, bitch. Your mama thinks she 21 with a big ass bald spot in the middle of her head. I seen that shit and I couldn't think of nothing but Michael Jackson when his shit got burned up at that Pelts and Smash commercial. And then she like to come out here and brag about her hemorrhoids. That's fucking embarrassing. So I feel like him taking advantage of and dogging out these women is just a byproduct of him showing his hatred towards women because he don't like women at all, especially not dark-skinned women. Wasn't he in a club about a month ago saying, oh, you're dark-skinned, you're pretty. Usually girls that are dark-skinned are not pretty. Whether you white, black, Asian, dark-skinned, bitch, I look at you and I wonder if you can be racially ambiguous. Would you still be considered pretty? Or is it your light skin? That's why I say Rihanna ain't all that, okay? Her face looked like a soda can. And if she was dark-skinned, we wouldn't be praising her at all. Motherfuckers praise and worship and benefit off a light-skin privilege. And unfortunately for BlueFace, everything that you're trying to do, Chrisean did it better. So me, as somebody who believe in content and cover so many different things, I'm like, nigga, I'm not even interested in that bullshit. That's bullshit. I mean, if I was just talking about Chrisean, like a Z Banger or Blue Rock TTV, then I would be like, oh, what's going on and who you sleeping with? Bitch ass nigga, listen, we know Neve is a drug addict, okay? We can look in her face. If the bitch ain't got Down syndrome, she done took everything from Molly, the shrooms, and word since she pregnant, she on that motherfucking bath salt. And if that's true, we gonna find a video of her standing up like a motherfucking gargoyle. Dead ass like a fucking gargoyle, probably eat somebody's fucking face out. I don't give a fuck about her or her big ass mammy who sat on that man's minor son bed. And so for that, I will always body her big ass mammy. And if you want to be a star, your whole family gonna be out there too. And we gonna pay attention to your big ass, ugly ass mammy. And I don't like that bitch. And you don't want me to start dragging somebody, especially that done play with kids. Cause I would not turn loose like a pit bull with a steak in my motherfucking mouth. And put a pin in that. Moving on. Taraji P. Henson. You guys know I love Taraji. I felt like she did a great job in Baby Boy. You know, she's had her chances at multiple movies and multiple franchises. The biggest thing, not the biggest, but the most diverse project that I've seen her in is Who's Your Caddy? You know, was it Who's Your Caddy? Or it was another movie about golf and she was like a golf teacher and it was very diverse. Otherwise, we've only seen Taraji in just movies that are focused on and specifically pandering to and you know, the Black American audience. And Taraji is the same actress that came out. What was it like? I want to say she came out about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and she said that she was disappointed that she has never been in a Hollywood blockbuster. You know, her co-star has been Tyrese has been in blockbusters like Fast and the Furious. She's never had one. And you wonder why you don't have one. Look at the trajectory of your career. First of all, Taraji screwed on that manager that Halle Berry has that screwed her in order for her to get Monster Ball. And when Taraji won the Emmy for Empire, which was a predominantly black show, you know, Halle Berry decided to drop that manager because he realized that it was that serious. And you getting her awards and you're doing all of this and I'm jealous. You know how black people are jealous of each other. And Taraji has wanted to be this big shot Hollywood star that just get these blockbuster movies, and it's never happened for her. But you keep on doing Tyler Perry movies. And I want to be very clear. Even if Derek Dixon loses his lawsuit against Tyler Perry because he, you know, didn't get permission from the EEOC to file a claim, or, you know, God forbid, Tyler Perry has influence and substantial ties with the judiciary in Fulton County or the Fulton County Sheriff's Department, like Pat Lambach, who he has paid and advocated for to become the sheriff. Because prior to becoming a sheriff, Pat Lambach was in a short film laid up in a bed with a man, and Tyler Perry bought the rights to that short film and is no longer publicly accessible. So anything happened at the Tyler Perry Studios, that complaint goes to the Fulton County Sheriff Department, and Pat Lambach is over it. And then the Fulton County DA is Fannie Willis. So Tyler Perry is very smart about how he structured business, and he has positioned himself as a king on a political, socioeconomic, and on a hood level as Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, hood niggas, you talk about Tyler Perry, they act like they want to unalive you. Like he gonna really get them some opportunity for doing him a bidding, okay? Tyler Perry being the king of Atlanta, you would think he's a gangbanger. And the furthest thing from it, because niggas would do anything to get a proximity, okay? And Taraji has been in Straws, which, by the way, was a great movie. Okay, top 10 in Netflix broke records. They say Straws did, what was it? 103 million views. Okay, let me go back up here. Straws, which premiered in June 2025, marked Henson's first lead role in a Netflix original. The film, which received praise from criticism and fans, spent 5 weeks on the global top 10 movie, ranked up 106 million views. So that's 20 million views per week on Netflix. And mind you, a streaming platform like Netflix, who film all of their shows and pay the people out and fuck up contracts. And we know this. I told you guys a story about Netflix, how when Netflix started and it took a TV show like what is it? Shameless. It took a TV show like Shameless. I'm friends with a couple of I'm personally friends with a couple of the actors from Shameless who has told me that they had to redo their portfolio, their retirement plan, because their residuals and their pay rate changed from network television when Shameless was picked up by Netflix, because now it's Netflix. And Netflix depends on a one-time subscription. And we all know a one-time subscription is just like starting from the beginning. And Black Americans are the biggest consumers in America. So why not do some black show that's sponsored by, directed, produced by Tyler Perry, starring Taraji to get 106 million views? Because the only thing they care about with Straws or any Tyler Perry show is how many new people we can get to subscribe quarterly, because that's what we bank on. And we need to keep on creating content quarterly for this new subscriber and to bring in other black people that build networks. Okay? I mean, there would not be a Friends if it wasn't for In Living Color. They're like black people to watch their networks and to build their networks, to take their money and the wealth that they made to make all the white projects that they want to make, and pay the people on Friends like $1 million per episode, or Big Bang Theory like $1 billion per episode. But what happens to the people on The Living Single? They was paid peanuts in order for you to rob Paul. See, this is why Taraji, who knows this information, and Tyler Perry, who also knows this information, belong with each other. Pandering to a certain community and making it crack and making it shake. Wonder why Tyler Perry gonna lose lawsuits, and wonder why he's still getting deals, despite the fact that I believe everything Derek Dixon and Christian Keys and Brandon all said, legally, is he going to be held for it, accountable for it? No, because he's bankable. Until we get every single person that believe in Tyler Perry from over the Lionsgate and that watched the Medea movie to get a Netflix subscription. And we're going to use Taraji P. Henson because she's that girl. How can you not watch a movie with Taraji and Tyler Perry? You're going to subscribe. You're not going to stay subscribed. You think you're going to subscribe, and then once you watch the movie, you're going to unsubscribe, and then you see other things like Beauty and the Black, and you got to catch up on that, and it take you 2 months to watch the first 8 episodes because you're busy. That's 2 months, and then you want to cancel on the 3rd month. But let me release another Tyler Perry movie. That's what it boils down to. So the reason why Taraji has not had a blockbuster movie is because even if she had a fan or somebody that watched House of Cards at the same time when, you know, a show like Empire was getting 10 million views per week and House of Cards is only doing 3 million views and they're making more money. Why? Because see, the people that would have seen Taraji in theaters was probably willing to pay $20. And the people that's willing to pay for and watch Taraji on Netflix are only willing to pay $5. So between two people, one paid $20, one paid $5. That's 1 for 4. So on average, you're looking at like $10, $12. And the more you take these projects on these networks, like a Netflix that does the stats and the statistics, you wonder why you're devalued in theaters. They want to book a Will Smith who would never do a Netflix original. It got to go to theater or it got to go to a streaming platform. Even actresses like Scarlett Johansson sued Disney because they released her theater release movie on Disney Hulu Plus and it came with a different residual package. So Taraji is undervaluing herself and then also putting herself in roles to where she's this Black American historic figure. Ain't nobody across seas tuning in to Taraji. And working with Tyler Perry, believe it or not, if it's not the start and the initiation of your career, and if you've been in the game for like 30 years, like Taraji or Kerry Washington, you wonder why he has to pay them. Tyler Perry paid me $10 million to do this movie. And all the extras and the people that did guest star, they got paid 1/10 of what they would have gotten paid if Tyler Perry was doing business in LA. So he done robbed Peter to pay Taraji. Robbed Peter to pay Cicely Tyson $1 million to clout chase off of that brand and that likeness to do a movie. And the whole time it's lowering their value. Believe it or not. I have a person that I know for a long time that works in catering, culinary staffing, has staffed a party with Tyler Perry when he was living in the Hollywood Hills. They said Tyler Perry would come up and do speeches and these white folks and these crackers and Jesus said. And the staffing companies no longer want to cater a Tyler Perry party. So it gets to the point to where Tyler Perry can only work and do business with Black people. And according to modern time, especially now, Black people ain't got no motherfucking wealth. They're just consuming power. So ain't nobody gonna buy a Tyler Perry film for top dollars. And then because the audience that pulls in, even if it's 30 million people, ain't worth number $5. But if you get an audience full of white people like at Oprah who had to gift all this shit to the white people, they can spend $30 opposed to $5. So it's more economically valuable. And when you're an artist collaborating with these businesses and these production companies, their stats and their statistics weigh against you. And this is why Taraji would never be an A-list actress, because of the role she chooses and who she chooses to collaborate with. Unfortunately, it's a numbers game. It is a numbers game. And we live in dark times to where Donald Trump would come in and fool somebody like Ice Cube. Like, he's ready to talk to Black people to create this Black American reparation package. And we don't get shit. Only thing Ice Cube did was to be a black face and a nigga acting like he's advocating for every nigga. Then sit up there and eat caviar with the white folks and play golf and feel special. no more than LeBron James on the white guard course. And we hear this nigga talk, oh yeah, how you doing, James? And yeah, everything is great. And yeah, I don't like this. And Memphis is bad. And everything against black people. Oh, we got this nigga under our team. Okay, so this nigga's not pro-black. This nigga's pro himself. We cannot trust our celebrities. They got Kanye West sitting down being programmed with sound waves in the Jewish temple. And that like this nigga ain't still finna go off. Dead ass. There's no real leaders. When the fuck does a baseball player, a basketball player, a celebrity become a public figure or somebody who's educated and can confirm the identity of and have a political stance? It's all in one. They make you think we made it because LeBron James just bought a new $20 million house and would never own that bitch. Ever. And according to stats and statistics, it takes one generation to fuck up the money. Hopefully Blue Ivy keep her head on the swivel because she's supposed to sell off Beyonce and Jay-Z's masters and whatever ownership that they feel like they got, according to stats and statistics, you know? I would say it firsthand, I feel very bad for advocating for Donald Trump or even hinting that it's okay, maybe he will do the right thing or maybe not. First day that nigga got in office, he overturned everything black and has been doing it since the beginning of time. And people say it's because he's racist. And I say maybe it's deeper than that. Hell, the nigga pretended he got fucking shot. We compared him to Ronald Reagan. And then when you really look at what he's done since he's been in office, adopting Project 2025, bitch, this nigga is worse than Woodrow Wilson. Dead ass on the dead homies. And every single time something big happened to affect a group of people or want to pander to a group of people, we get bullshit. Fuck wrong with you, nigga. Let me tell you something. Trump releasing UFO files and classified documents. Bitch, you could have saved this nigga. We seen the X-Files.
Administration releasing the first batch of files related to UFOs and alien life.
So is the truth really out there?
Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy joins us live with the details. What have you learned, Peter?
Good morning. So a White House official left this hard drive on my desk overnight. You can see on it, it says AARO files copy 2 of 3. That is the all domain resolution office copy 2 of 3. This is the first big batch of UFO disclosure ordered by President Trump. Some of the clips and videos on there have popped up different places before. Some of them have not. And we have been going through this all morning and overnight to try to put together some of the best videos so we can all look at this together. This is a world exclusive right here. So let's go to the first clip over the skies of the United Arab Emirates in June 2024. An inverted teardrop with a vertically linear trailing mass, as described by the War Department, suspended below. The War Department cannot say for sure what this is. It is officially listed as an unresolved UAP report. The next video, over the skies of Iraq, December 2022, moving bottom left to top right of the field of view. All CENTCOM gets from this is an area of contrast. That's what they describe it as. It is officially still listed as an unresolved UAP report. Next video, over the skies of Greece, October 2023. What is described as a small and circular UAP flying near the surface of the ocean towards land. CENTCOM can't tell us what it is. It is officially listed as an unresolved UAP report. Within the last 2 minutes...
Yeah. So you guys want to know my honest theory about UFOs? I feel like UFOs are bullshit. Why come in 2026 with all the technology we have, motherfucker, we got drones and dooms and shit to knock out Iranian missiles before they even touch grounds? Why the fuck we ain't got nothing to zoom in to figure out what's going on? And why are we force-fed a narrative that aliens are scary with big head and big eyes? And that angels have wings and that demons got big eyes? And so when you see this or expect to see this, this is what you associate with what the people have us programmed. What if I tell you that these are people and entities and things that have been here since before your black or white ass was born? And you can't see it unless you can tune into that frequency. There's 12 houses on these earthly planes. Which houses you live in? Me personally, every second, I'm trying and figuring out how I can tap into and connect with the 12th house. I don't know, bitch, call me a Kabbalist. I don't know. But angels, demons, aliens, UFOs, this is all a distraction. So why would Donald Trump release that today? Just like Big Lotto, Big Mama in the building, releasing her album on 5/29, 3 weeks from today. See, when you know you're dealing with a propaganda machine, they will always show you fragmented elements of them in operation. Hell, when a movie gets released, it's released 3 weeks in advance. The UFO Files is released 3 weeks in advance. Why was it released today, 3 weeks in advance of May 29th, 2026, 3 weeks ahead of time? We're talking about UFOs. It's to distract the good white people that know racism is a problem in this country. It's to distract the good white people and the good people that know that, bitch, what's going on with the Jeffrey Epstein files? Because, see, 3 weeks from today, Pam Bundy has to testify in the House Oversight Committee about what's going on with the Epstein files. And right now you're programming and gearing us up for a propaganda machine to say that here's the UFO files and there's thousands of more files to be promoted. So by the time we focus on the 2,500 files in the Jeffrey Epstein case that was deleted and was not published, we're supposed to replace that with the UFO files. Propaganda at its motherfucking best. Bitch, I'm too smart for it. I'm sorry. You can't fool me. Because, see, I've been through Hollywood. And it requires a certain level of boot camp. People be like, oh, Denai, you failed Hollywood. How did I fail? I'm on TV shows. I'm in movies. Even if I passed away today, bitch, guess what? I got some type of residual income coming in for the next person closest kin to me. Who would be my brother, who's been preserved for a very long time. And I'm cool with that. Or my motherfucking nephews who's finna take over in the NFL or whatever. I'm preserved for that. See, when you live a higher purpose, you see the bigger picture. So money that I ain't see, my family can live off of. My family can do the same thing. All this other stuff. But when it comes to social media, programming, and technology, why the fuck would Donald Trump release UFO files 3 weeks ahead of Pam Bundy supposed to testify about the Epstein files? It's because it's total bullshit. It's total bullshit. And you know what else is bullshit in the distraction is the Hatana virus. Yes, indeed, because 3 weeks after they done crashed in and took a look at Disney cruise ships, they want to talk about the Hatana virus with the cruise ship, and that's why the cruise ship had to stop. Or did they have to motherfucking stop because Disney cruise ship, including other cruise ship companies, was caught having surveillance camera and watching people, children, in the motherfucking bathrooms?
Right now, questions are growing after videos surfaced showing Customs and Border Protection officers detaining workers from a Disney cruise ship here in San Diego, and now community members want answers. Welcome to The Four, everyone. I'm Anna Laurel.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. That incident happened nearly 2 weeks ago. News 8's Kelly Hessedal joins us live from the B Street Pier where this all happened with what those groups had to say. And Kelly, I understand you also heard from a witness of that detainment.
That's right, and that witness actually shot the video you're about to see. Now, she says she and her family were on that Disney cruise for about 4 days. They were getting off the ship here at the B Street.
4 days today, and it was also 4 days since the Hatana virus broke out. So can you not consider or even ponder that maybe the Hatana virus is a distraction for all the people that was arrested for pornography? While Donald Trump talking about UFOs 3 weeks ahead of time before Pam Bundy is supposed to testify about pornography that possibly exists in the 2,500 Epstein files she didn't release.
Street Pier, when she says she spotted some of the employees that they had been getting to know during the trip in handcuffs. Take a look.
And I saw several officers and employees and restraints being escorted on between the boat and between customs on the port.
Darmi Mehta says she shot this video April 23rd as about 10 employees from Disney's Magic cruise ship were put into CBP vans. Did you recognize the employees?
Yes, actually, 2 of the employees had been serving my family the duration of our stay.
Oh,
on the trip.
wow.
So one of them was our personal host.
That's crazy.
At dining, so we saw him every evening. And actually, we had breakfast with him that morning.
And what was going through your mind when you saw them being detained?
I was shocked. Actually, it was just really unsettling just because they were serving us just moments before, and, they did everything they can to give us such a great experience. And then here they are in this situation.
Today, several community groups, including American Friends Service Committee and Union del Barrio, gathered, demanding to know why these workers were detained and where they are now. Benjamin Prado says they contacted CBP, got nowhere, and contacted Disney as well.
And eventually, when we ended up with a supervisor, number one, they were completely oblivious that a person was taken off their vessel. And number two, they even questioned whether what we were saying was true.
He says this isn't the only incident in San Diego. April 25th, he says 4 cruise ship employees from the MV Zaandam were detained by CBP too. The reason and their whereabouts also unclear. For Mehta, she says what she witnessed left her with so many questions.
What's going to happen with them? We knew the boat was leaving the same day. So it's, if they get released, where do they go? How do they get home? Do they get back on the boat? Where are they?
And I reached out to Disney for comments. So far, I haven't heard back. I reached out to Holland America for comment. They directed me.
Of course you're not. These are propagandized machines. These are people who's mastered geometry. Geometry from the likes of roping off kids and inserting them. Even Ashton Kutcher has a whole organization talking about I'm rescuing kids. And then if you go on his app and look at the map and look at the map of what he's tracking, you would understand that he's building a sigil. And for those of you who don't understand what sigils are, those are signals and those are signs that represent a form of power. You go to Ashton Kutcher, who sat up in Congress and said he needs funding and he's the guy to track child predators and runaway kids. You go to his app and the sigil forms the Star of David. Oh, we can't call it the Star of David or else we anti-Semitic. What are we going to call it? The Star of Baphomet or the Devil's Star? That's how fucking deep and dark this shit is with child pornography. That's why that was released. And the Hatana virus is just an excuse to put you in the mind of fear-mongering and to run a media campaign about that, opposed to covering the fact that all of these people who are caught up and roped off from child predators are mostly Republicans and also have some connection to Donald Trump. Hell, we even seen somebody that was a Secret Service man trying to bang on and get in somebody's apartment room to have a freak off like he had a Diddy party. Donald Trump visited Diddy. Are we to believe he's not on them pizza boxes and a sling with his big ass getting pounded? Donald Trump is big and gay and nasty as fuck, nigga. This nigga's worse than Woodrow Wilson. He is so fucking racist. And believe it or not, somebody like Chud the Builder going around Nashville saying the hard NER to trigger black people, or Donald Trump signing legislation in cahoots with Project 2025, that this is not an act from some type of need for attention and need to worry up and disturb black people's peace. Donald Trump is far worse than Woodrow Wilson. In 2026, you remember when Woodrow Wilson fucking decided to undo segregation and be like, oh, they got to be segregated? Had niggas in cages, had niggas in fucking styrofoam in the workplace with white people. And that's what the fuck is happening today. The Supreme Court just yesterday or 2 days ago issued an order undoing the Civil Rights Act. And mind you, this comes after DUI, affirmative action, any protection for black people in the workplace. This comes after all of that happened. Civil Rights Act, voting rights, to where all of these states get to redo their mapping. And want me to tell you what the Supreme Court did in 2023? They said, hey, over here, and I believe it was Alabama. Over here in Alabama, these minority communities full of black and brown people deserves the opportunity to expand from just one community. And they gave them the right of passage in 2023. That's what the Supreme Court did. And that case body of law helped the state of Alabama, or hurt the state of Alabama, in redrawing the political landscape maps. And when they redrew the maps, it resulted in 2 black people being in Congress from one state, 2 of them, in 2023, 2024. And now that the case was brought from Louisiana to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court knows that their decision just 3 years ago, and remember, the Supreme Court makes decisions on a daily basis that affects the next 100 decisions. So you mean to tell me the same Supreme Court, or the majority Supreme Court that was there in 2023, is going to make a decision in 2023, just 3 years later, that's going to do something substantially different? So they seen the political power that black people will have in America by redoing the maps per population and having a representative that's from a black community. Hell, it wasn't good enough that they did it in Texas. They split up Jasmine Crockett's whole district. Matter of fact, they took her address out of the district in which she represented, and that's why she lost and won't be in Congress no more, because she decided to run over there against Hot Wheel and them and wasn't hitting those trigger button items and lost. So she's out of politics. Get your black ass up out of here. Marjorie Taylor Greene, she was going to testify against Donald Trump and what he was doing, as she said publicly so many times, about him hiding the Epstein file. Wonder if Pam Bundy's going to do the same thing. They getting rid of black people like a motherfucker. And because the Supreme Court has undone Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, guess what your map is going to look like? You live in an area that's advocating for people that look like you and represent you, and it's too many of you, bitch, we're going to chop up this map and put you in another district. And because you're in this other district, because you decided to make it out of the hood, no matter if it's 1 or 2 miles away, you're going to be classified in another district. So you can't represent this hood. Supreme Court said it's illegal for there to be opportunity zones for black people. And they're just breaking down and redlining so many marginalized communities, to the point to where, after the Supreme Court made its decision to say, we're going to break up these communities as much as possible, and the state has the right to do that. States took action. Yes, indeed. 99% of people in Tennessee, House Republicans, they passed a racist 9-0 map stripping majority black Memphis of congressional representation. And Candace Owens, who's the black mammy of MAGA, the only thing she would say is, I regret voting for Donald Trump. But she won't tell you that as soon as Trump got into office, he's been making a pathway for the Supreme Court and legislators to do this. They go against black people. Did everything but request permission to put tariffs on people, the companies, and American citizens. But to make rights and rules and regulations to where they can script the map, or where black representation looks like it's none and void, because even the marginalized black community is collectively a part of this rich white community who looks down upon them. And therefore, you can't choose your representation because I represent you. Your vote doesn't matter in the primary, and we know you're going to vote Democratic. In the name and in the words of Stephen A. Smith, maybe, just maybe, you don't have to get all black people to vote Republican. But with the stripping and downplaying this fucking maps and redlining, it's going to look like black people vote don't fucking matter. Again, Donald Trump is Woodrow Wilson 2.0. Let it go! Yeah. 9-0. And they was praising and worshiping that. The one black community that had a majority vote And you know what this looks like? Just for the people in Georgia, you know how Fulton County is mostly black and you got Fannin Willis and all of that? Oh no, they're going to break Fulton County into districts. Motherfucker, a part of Fulton County going to be Gwinnett County. It's going to be DeKalb County and every other fucking county that got its foot or closer proximity to Fulton County to break that shit up. So you won't get no Fannie Willis. You won't get no black representation that represents Fulton County anymore. It'll be the white people that look down upon you because they broke your district up because of the mapping. And the Supreme Court gave them the right to go and break up a historic black district into multiple parts. Multiple parts. And that majority black broken into 3-4 parts look like it's majority white. So if you want a congressman or House representative that represents your district, even though you grew up your whole motherfucking life considering this one part to be a whole district in your whole fucking community, when your bald-headed ass grandma don't own no motherfucking property, ain't got no voting rights or nothing, all that shit is white, not black anymore. And it's because they finally realized that, damn, we're making rights, rules, and regulations to where they can get 2 congressmen that are black in Alabama. In Alabama, the same state where Hugo Black, a KKK member, a devout racist, signed off on stop and frisk to put black people in a police doctrine state. We got to double down on that. Let's break all this shit down. It won't be nobody else black representing your district. And some people are proud of that, honestly. Some conservatives, some black conservatives saying, hey, black people don't belong in power, especially when they're dealing with a system of white supremacy. And guess what? I dealt with my own situation to where I maybe can agree with that. Who knows? And then, you know, the Virginia Supreme Court was dealing with a mapping issue, and they struck it down and said all of this Tappahannock and black districts is going to be broke up into multiple parts. And if we break up 1,000 niggas in one spot into 3 parts, that means only 333 that represents this, 333. Instead of all 1,000 y'all represent one district, all y'all belong in a white motherfucking district, and there will be no black representation. That's what we're heading towards. No black representation at all. Not in our states, not in the federality. So when they warned us about Project 2025, mind you, they did away with DEI hires, black people. That's what they consider them. When this whole Trump administration is full of DEI hires, motherfuckers that don't know what the fuck they doing, just getting a paycheck off the back of taxpayers. That bitch want to build a ballroom so he can go and twirl and be as gay as ever off the back of taxpayers. Ladies and gentlemen, 2026, 2027, especially after December 2026, when Donald Trump is going to mandate that anyone over the age of 18 is required to represent and register for the military. You don't think we in the Jim Crow South? You don't think we into force registration? And they've already studied Ali and his impact on society and social media. They got a trick for you. You know, the end is the beginning is the end. And I showed you in the top of this show that is some niggas that's willing to go to jail just to get off the streets and not deal with the stress and anxiety of what it means to be black in America. So if Donald Trump start making the YNs register for the military and go to war as their only way out, and we have so many movies and so many TV shows that show you if you're a failed athlete, you're going to be in the block, commit crimes, or you're going to go to the military to make your family have a way out. Are you willing to bank on and fight for Israel? Are you willing to forget that America's ran on pedophilia simply because they can put out the Havana virus on the same day that 25, 30 Disney employees get arrested for actual crimes and having cameras filming your kids? Are you going to go register to the Army when we're supposed to forget about the Epstein files, that our president and the people in the powers that be are creditors? You're going to register for the military instead of paying attention to that simply because they want to hide that. I personally don't believe Donald Trump is so racist. Okay, from my sources, he's taking plenty of black sperm up his motherfucking belly. Let's be crystal clear about that. But at the end of the day, the powers that be is not him. Again, he himself is the DEI hire. Is he letting people in his cabinet control him? Or is he being controlled by outside influence? The same type of influence that unalived JFK. You think about that, because I can't go no further or else I'll be violating policies. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I greatly appreciate you. Who will survive in America? Who will survive in America? The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised.
What is in your life's blueprint?